having trouble connecting to the internet here.
Yeah, last week we had
you get a text code or something?
Yeah, we got a
it's sort of inconsistent though, the Wi-Fi.
Can you check and see if it's on?
You're better off on
Right,
like your
stop.
own cell phone.
I don't got a lot of bars here.
Yeah, last week we had, it was real bad. Is that showing thing? Okay. But yeah, I guess you can play around with it now, see wherever you want to go with it.
It's just like on like
James was saying that like he has a UNB Wi-Fi.
We hooked up to a Wi-Fi this time.
Like the gas one or the
It was like Edo, Lamb, or Rome.
Edge of Rome? Okay. Yeah.
It seemed like it had good speed when I tested it.
Okay. Oh no, that's fine.
I'm gonna go down. I was gonna step up. Does he have a fork? That girl right there is nothing in it. Oh yeah.
She's so far away.
Jay's way over there in the section. Who's down there with him?
Oh, I see him. He's got before when I was
James.
and I almost missed you because I saw you once when you were talking.
They were all the ladies for the tickets.
Yes, we got to have it.
No, God, no. That's too much work.
You might pick up Luke. Yeah.
I'll try and keep it neutral. I'll keep it neutral.
Both if you want.
I'm lying today, like they did with their previous scene. When they did the previous one, like it was all of Europe. Remember the whole life. I don't have room for my own kids. Yeah, I think it's today was like stuffy cakes pride enough cake. But I have something but I have a big coat just to go in the memory or whatever. You guys pick. It's bad. It's really cool. Not where you got your head It's just something. Yes. It's not you guys.
No, because we sat right there. So we were like, it's probably them.
Oh, it's like something was alive. Yeah. We all got to.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, you want to tell us this working?
Then they went away. It's like it was summertime, and I had to check, and I could smell it in the kitchen. The stove went to your kitchen. Yes, Fred, I do. Tell Serena I'm this weekend in Paper He went down summer. Sunday went to Moncton.
Seriously? When do you guys broadcast yours?
YouTube. Our channel? U13, AAA, I don't know. Find the actual.
My mom's it's already cutting out.
Oh shoot. Okay, hang on. Let me find hers.
my work. I'm figuring it out. It's all good. I see you down the gym. Oh, I got it. Thank you, sir. I can see you now. Got any more questions?
This is the live stream, so careful what you say, right? Yeah.
Scoreboard on the side?
Yeah, if I have it in my pocket, I forget to do it. So at least I'll have it here and it'll remind me. What's the fire icon up there? You know what that?
Live stream.
Oh, okay. Moving around a lot. Like it's like 87, 32, 52, 3.
Oh, maybe it's like bandwidth or something. Yeah, I think it's the Rick speakers. Do they?
Face off here, Caps, and it's the East Raiders from the Moncton area. We got Baxter, Russell, Mitchell, Tucker, and Durling to start for the Caps. Tucker back to retrieve the puck in the corner. He works it up to Baxter. Baxter to Mitchell. Mitchell's up there with Easton Russell. Easton Russell's going to beat his man to the puck. Get there first. Russell and Mitchell work for the puck down there, but that's knocked out by the Raiders. Tucker and Durling back to retrieve. This is Ray Durling. He works it up to Jack Baxter. That's right on his stick. He works it to Russell. That's a tough call there on the offside. That's a good save, brother. Over the line. We'll have to keep an eye on him. All right, so Dylan Johnson in for the face-off. Hart and Parker Munn. Binks and O'Donnell on the back end. O'Donnell in to retrieve there. He's sort of hauled down there, no call. Graham works it up the boards to Hart. It's in feet. Binks comes out with it into the corner. He works it up to Hart. Hart works it to Dylan Johnson. It's cut off at the boards. Hart bumps into his man. Trying to get the puck into the offensive zone. Dylan picks up the puck and he tries to get it over to Parker Munn. He'll knock it deep. And partial line change here for the Caps. We have Morton and Heffernan on. Dylan's going to go for a change. We have Toole and LaBelle on the back end. Morton, McLean, and Heffernan. Morton works it over the far side to Heffernan. Heffernan gets it in and dumps it. McLean in on the forecheck with Heffernan. Work to the far side. Max Morton picks off that pass and dumps it in, but the Raiders pick up the puck and move it out. They dump it deep. Dylan Toole in to retrieve. He loses the puck off his stick, and the Raiders come out with it. It's a shot towards the net. Rebound. The Raiders control the puck behind the net. They're coming out in front. Nice save by Easton Callback. Pad save. Max Morton gets the puck out. Tad around center ice there. The Raiders are going to bring that puck in. They stop near the top of the dot, and Blake McLean picks up the loose puck. Blake works it up to Bryce Heffernan, who's one-on-one against his man. He tries to go around him, but nice play by the Raiders D to shut that down. We have Mitchell, Baxter, Russell out the forward line with Durling and Tucker on the back end. Russell works over his man. That leads to a turnover that Ian Mitchell put out in front. Another shot on net, backhand. The rebound lying there, but no one around to pick up the rebound. Durling's back to retrieve the puck in the Caps zone. He reverses it to Jack Tucker. He's got a man on. He works it up long towards Jack Baxter, but that's intercepted. Tucker picks up the puck and gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell couldn't do anything with it, and Durling gets it up the boards, but not out. Fight for the puck up against the boards. Mitchell works it around to Durling. Durling's going to pick that puck up. Tried to work it to Russell, but knocked down by the Raiders. Mitchell works it up to Baxter. It's just a little bit too far for him. Russell is hard on his man. They work the puck up the ice, and it was near too many men. Tucker works it to Jack Baxter, who's going up the left wing. He puts it on net, looking for a rebound. That's behind the net. Baxter comes out with it. He works it in front. I think that was Dylan Johnson there who had a whack at it, but couldn't put good wood on it. Linesman gets in the way there. We got puck sent towards the net, but Matthew O'Donnell will pick up the puck. And Parker Munn's knocked down on the far boards. So we have Tucker. Jack Tucker's out. He's probably looking for a change here. Parker Munn's going up the right wing. He dumps it in. No icing. Munn, that's through the middle. Almost picked up. Okay, so Parker Munn's picked up the puck. He dumps it in, and he's going for a change. Blake McLean's in on the forecheck. Matthew O'Donnell picks off that attempt to get it out of the zone. McLean, Heffernan takes a whack at that one and knocks it away. Puck's in some skates there. Binks knocks that down. He works it up the boards. The Raiders try and get it in again, but that's picked up by Max Morton. He's going to get to the red line, but couldn't get it deep. Defense changes. We have Toole and LaBelle on. It's shot towards the net, off Easton Callback's trapper and into the corner. Bryce gets that puck out and deep. Icing is waved off. Morton's on the forecheck. Partial change here for the Caps. Easton Russell's on for the Caps. Blake McLean and Max Morton are going to go for a change twos to match up the line. So Mitchell and Baxter are on with Toole and LaBelle. Picked up and then lost by Liam Mitchell, but he's going to come back and get a pass from Dylan Toole. Toole's going to work it to the line and deep. Easton Russell's going to be the first one to get to that puck. He works it to Mitchell. Mitchell behind the net to Russell, who tried to get it out front to Baxter, but knocked away by the Raiders' defense. Toole works it in deep again in behind the Raiders' net. He's on the defense. The Raiders work it up the far side, and they're up through the middle. It's Ray Durling, who tried to get it past the forward, but it's off shin pads and into the corner. There's a couple bodies on the ground here. Russell gets it to Baxter. Baxter's going to try and get past his man, and there's a holding call on the Raiders' defensive player. There's a couple of Raiders in and around that area. Jack Baxter was trying to go wide on him, and one of them held him up. So it'll be a power play for the Caps. We have Heffernan, McLean, and Morton, Tucker, and O'Donnell. Puck's back to Tucker. He works it to Heffernan. Heffernan back to Tucker. Tucker to Heffernan. Looking for options here. Heffernan to Tucker. Tucker works it down to Morton. Morton's got the puck in behind the net. He's looking for an option. He works it back to O'Donnell at the point. He has a shot, blocked by the Raiders. Back to O'Donnell. He works it over to McLean. McLean looking for Tucker, and that's blocked by the Raiders, and that'll go towards the line, but Tucker retains that. And a second chance for the Raiders. They get it deep. Matthew O'Donnell will go back to retrieve. Ray Durling comes on the ice for Jack Tucker. So it's O'Donnell setting up behind the net. He loses the puck. They're going to pin the puck up against the board behind the net. Ray Durling digs it out. Ray works it up to Mitchell, who works it towards Russell, but that's underneath his stick. And that's going to be iced by the Raiders. Binks is back to retrieve. Bink comes out from behind the net, gets it up to Mitchell. Mitchell's got some speed. He's going to work it up through the middle. He gets it over to Russell. Russell's going to set up behind the net. Finds Mitchell. Mitchell walks in. Mitchell to Russell. Russell in behind the net. Looking for options here. Baxter's going to pick up that loose puck. Get it to Russell. Russell back to Binks. Binks to Russell. Russell's going to walk in. He's going to have a chance for a shot. And that might have been deflected wide, but it went wide either way. Durling in on the pinch. He keeps it in. He gets it to Russell. He gets it to Russell to Mitchell. Mitchell on net, and Easton Russell bangs on the rebound. I don't think that was a power play goal. That was right at the end of the power play. So I think it's an even strength goal. I think it's Russell from Mitchell. 1-0 Caps. All right, so after that power play, we have Dylan Johnson, Hart Johnson, Parker Munn, Jack LaBelle, and Dylan Toole out on the ice. So that's Toole up to Munn to Johnson in the middle. Picked up. It's a delay. It should be a delayed offside, but no call there. Toole picks up the puck. He works it up to Hart Johnson on the left wing. Johnson through the middle to Munn, but that was a little bit behind him and a tough pass to receive. Toole up the boards. He gets it into the Raiders zone. They'll work it out on the far side and work it in deep. That bounces in behind the net. Toole's there to get it. He works it up the far boards. That's going to come halfway up the boards and in behind the net by the Raiders. Toole and Johnson are behind the net fighting. LaBelle up the glass, and Hart Johnson gets it out. He tried to get it up to Heffernan, but was in some feet there. Raiders are going to turn it around here, looking for an opportunity to score here. They drive to the net. Nice play by the D on there. They work it back to the line, and they're going to come through the middle, looking for options here. That's a wide-angle shot from the Raiders. Comes back to the line. That's, I don't think Easton saw that puck come towards him, but he made the save and cleared the rebound away from a threatening spot right beside the net. So right now we have McLean, Morton, and Heffernan, Tucker, and Durling. Durling up the boards to Morton. Morton chips it up and out into the Raiders zone. Raiders will regroup here. D-to-D pass. They move it up the wing and deep into the Cap zone. We have Tucker to retrieve. Bit of a rolling puck there. He gets it up and out to McLean. McLean's got Russell on the wing. Russell tried to get it back to McLean. Nice pinch by Ray Durling there to keep that puck in. Blake McLean's going for a change to get Mitchell on the ice. Steal by Russell right beside the net, and he had a chance to jam that in. Russell's got the puck. He's going to work it back to Tucker. Tucker puts it towards the net, blocked by the defense. I think we're going to have offsetting penalties here, maybe. A little bit of a skirmish behind the play. So the defenseman... defenseman for the Raiders goes, and Easton Russell goes for the Caps. I'm not sure there's signal for 4. So looks like Looks like the Caps are going to the penalty kill. We took the extra 2 minutes there. I guess it's head contact. So we got the extra 4 minutes, so the Caps will go on the penalty kill. Mitchell and Baxter up front, Derling and Tucker in behind. Face-off won by the Raiders, but given away right to Liam Mitchell. Liam Mitchell on a shorthanded chance here. Diving play by the Raiders to keep the pressure on, but a nice save by the Raiders goalie. And Liam has another backhanded chance there. He kept it nicely along the ice, but that was saved by the Raiders goalie. That'll go all the way down the ice. They're calling off icing, but Ray Derling's there to retrieve the puck. He'll send the puck deep into the Raiders zone. Jack Baxter's going to put some pressure on here. And they're going to make a call on that one. That's Jack just gave him a little shove, and the Raiders defenseman went down. So it'll be an interference call on Jack Baxter. Raiders will go to the power play for 1 minute and 18 seconds, 5-on-3. Face-off will come all the way down into the Caps zone. We have Morton, LaBelle, and Toole out on the penalty kill. That's shot towards the net. There's traffic. Caps block that, and Max Morton gets the puck out. Raiders will regroup. They dump it in. Jack LaBelle into the corner to try and play that. Raiders get the puck in behind. They're going to work it out in front. They had a man there but couldn't connect on the pass. That's deflected off. Somehow Easton Callback kept that one out. Dylan Toole tried to pin that in the corner. The Raiders tried to work it out front, but that was intercepted by Max Morton. He'll dump it deep. We'll have Blake McLean, Graham Binks, and Matthew O'Donnell out to try and kill the rest of this penalty off. It should have been offside, but no call. Work to the far side. That's going to be a shot on net. Saved by Callback. Binks rims it around the boards, but couldn't get it out. Raiders get the puck in, about 5 seconds left on the first penalty. That puck's going to come all the way around and out. And so that should get it back to a 5-on-4 with about 40 seconds left. That's blocked by Binks. He's going to get it to the line, and Dylan's going to get it out and into the Raiders zone. 25 seconds left on the penalty and about 50 seconds left in the period. That's chipped past Matthew O'Donnell in behind the net. He's working on his man. That comes out in front. That's going to come to the line, but deflected off a skate into the corner. 7 seconds left in the penalty. Matthew O'Donnell working hard on his man in the corner. They go rink wide. Shot from the point. That's deflected, and now we're back to even strength. Baxter's out of the penalty box. Raiders still have possession of the puck here. They're going to try and work it back into the corner. Picked up by the Raiders. Dylan Johnson's on him. They work it over to the other side for a shot. That's blocked by Ray Derling before it got to the net. Raiders pick up the puck, and they get it out in front. And that's deflected wide. Dylan into the corner to work his man. He makes contact, and there's no call. The Raiders' parents are looking for a call on that one, but didn't get it. So that's the end of the period. Caps are up 1-0. Survived a 5-on-3 penalty kill. We'll have Dylan Johnson, Parker Munn, Hart Johnson start out on the front end, and Jack Tucker and Ray Durl on the deep area. Face-off one forward by Dylan Johnson. He picks up the puck. He's trying to work through his man. The puck's in some skates there. He gets knocked over, poked away by Munn. He'll work it back to Durling at the line. There's lots of traffic there, and that's deflected wide, but a good shot opportunity there. Durling's going to pinch here, keep that puck in. It's in some feet there, and it's going to get out of the zone. Durling back to retrieve. He looks around for some options here. Gets it up off the glass and out to mid-ice. It's knocked down by the linesman, and that shot towards the net was blocked by Ray Durling. Jack Tucker's fighting for the puck there, picked up by Dylan Johnson. He fans on that pass, trying to get it over the Hart. That puck was free in the blue ice, but the referee blew the whistle. Luckily for the Caps, unfortunately for the Raiders. We'll have Mitchell, Russell, and Baxter, Binks, and O'Donnell on for this defensive zone face-off. Mitchell in for the face-off. Tied up and into the corner. Binks works it up to Mitchell. Mitchell chips it to Russell. Russell up the boards nicely to Baxter. Baxter's going to try and take his man wide, but cuts back to the middle. And that's intercepted by the Raiders, and they'll work that puck back. Puck's in some gear there and worked in behind the net. Liam Mitchell is there. Liam works it to Russell to Baxter. Binks is back to play the puck. He plays it, reverses it, and he has it in the corner. He works it over to O'Donnell, who gets it to Baxter. Just a little misplay on that. O'Donnell's going to get the puck out and try and play it to Russell, but that gets by him, but it gets deep into the Raiders zone. They're going to try and work it back out. O'Donnell tries to chip it past his man. Mitchell's going to pick up a loose puck. He finds Russell for a shot, and he went near side, glove side, but missed the net. Jack LaBelle with a nice pinch. He puts it off the goalie's face mask, and the Raiders are going to work it back into the cap zone. That's LaBelle back to retrieve. He reverses it to Binks. Binks puts it up to Morton. He's closed off. Puck's up against the boards, not going anywhere. LaBelle comes out with it. He works it into the corner. The Raiders are there first, and they work it back to the other side. Morgan's going to be the first guy on that puck. He chips it past his man, but not quite out. Gets to the line. It's deflected. That's in some skates. McLean's going to go after it and try and regroup. He's going to cut out in front of the net and gets it up the ice to Morton. Morton's going to beat his man. He's hauled down. And the Raiders are going to come back with a good try there, but Jack LaBelle chucks that down. Dylan Johnson finds Bryce Heffernan streaking up the right side. He's got a wide ankle chance here, and that's right into the glove of the Raiders, but that'll get the Caps a chance to change. So we have Dylan Johnson, Hart Johnson, and Parker Munn out for the Caps, and Dylan Toole and Ray Durling on the back end. Face-off won by the Raiders. Johnson cuts that off at the board. He's going to pick up the puck and send it to Munn. Munn's wide open in front of the net and puts it past the Raiders goalie. So Nice job by Dylan Johnson of just getting that puck towards the front of the net, and Parker Munn was waiting there to capitalize on it. So that makes it 2-0 Caps. That's Parker Munn from Dylan Johnson. So Johnson and Munn will stay out. Gerling and Tucker are out. Defensive unit. That's played in behind the Caps net. Come out for a jam, and that was knocked away by callback, but the puck's still sitting there in a threatening spot. And Parker Munn swipes that puck away from a dangerous spot, and he'll get that puck down the ice. He makes a move and couldn't quite get a shot off on that rush, but a nice play by Parker Munn. He'll go for a change. Johnson and Johnson will go for a change as well. Tucker plays it up to Russell, who gets it to Mitchell. They've got a 3-on-2. Mitchell to Baxter. Well, it was Mitchell, Baxter, and Russell, but they're trying to figure out who scored the goal. It looks like it's Jack Baxter with the goal. So Russell, Mitchell with the assists, Baxter with the goal. That'll make it 3-0 Caps. Mitchell, Baxter, and Russell will stay out. Toole and LaBelle on the back end. Raiders work the puck deep. LaBelle's going to get after that puck, tie his man up, try and work it up the boards to Russell. Russell gets it up the boards, but not quite out. Toole will go in behind the net to try and get that puck. He chips it up the boards. Baxter took a swing at it, but couldn't make contact with it. There's a fight along the boards over there. Pushing and shoving, that's innocent feet. And shot towards the net, but gloved easily by callback. We've got about 9 minutes and 50 seconds left in the period. Yes, there's 9 minutes and 40-some seconds left. Toole's taken down behind the net, but no call. Raiders work the puck out and back in behind the net. Raiders player goes down, but there's no call there. Worked up against the boards. Mitchell fighting for the puck. That goes in behind. LaBelle's going to go pick up the puck. He's going to try and work it up to Russell, and Russell chips it out. Baxter has a trailer. Mitchell's going towards the net. That was right off the pad. A nice shot by Mitchell, and Baxter couldn't quite get his stick on that puck. LaBelle picks up the puck. He's going to get the puck deep, and Blake McLean's going to go in on the forecheck. So we have McLean, Morton, and Heffernan, Binks and O'Donnell out for the Caps. That's worked up to the point, but not out. Played nicely by Binks, and Morton puts it in behind the net. I guess it's a delayed offside. Well, I don't think that puck came out. Raiders make a play up the ice, and that's kept onside. O'Donnell gets it up to Morton. Morton gets it to McLean. McLean to Heffernan. Heffernan over to McLean. McLean's going to dump that deep, and Morton's going to go after that puck. That's chipped up the boards. Binks couldn't keep it in, but he's going to come in now. Take a shot on net. That's blocked by the Raiders. And they're going to work it up the near side here. Binks with a good stick work there to knock that down. He's going to grab that puck and look for an option here. Binks tried to sauce it over to Heffernan. That's knocked down by the Raiders. Let's put towards the net. And towards the line, but not quite out. Caps get the puck out. They're on a 3-on-2. And now a 2-on-1. Johnson's got the puck. He shoots and scores. That was off the blocker, off the Raiders blocker, and trickled in behind him and rolled into the net. So that's Dylan Johnson with the goal. I'm not sure who played that puck up to him, but there should be an assist on that for someone. So that makes it 4-0 Caps. There's 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the period. The Raiders look like they've called a timeout. Try and regroup here. Face-off will be at center ice here, coming out of the timeout. Johnson and Munn stay on the ice with Derling and Tucker. Dylan Johnson in for the face-off here. He wins it back to Derling. Derling at the blue line plays it up to Munn, and Munn slaps it deep, but that's icing. Baxter, Russell, and Mitchell come out for the defensive zone face-off. Mitchell in for the draw. Tucker and Derling stay on. Mitchell to Russell. Russell was looking for an option there and fanned on the puck a little bit. Fight for the puck up against the boards here. There's some bodies flying, but this is AAA hockey. You're not going to get called for that. Mitchell hard on the forecheck here. The Raiders defense gets the puck out. That shot back in behind the net by Russell to Mitchell. Mitchell in on the forecheck with Baxter. Raiders are going to pull the puck out. Worked in behind the net, and that's picked up by Mitchell to Russell. Russell in the middle to Baxter. Baxter puts it on net. That's steered into the corner by the Raiders goalie. Baxter's there to take that puck away. He tries to get it back out in front, but that's intercepted by the Raiders. Raiders will work the puck through the middle of the ice, and that's going to be a delayed penalty called on the Caps. It's called a trip. It could have been a couple of different players that could be called on. So the Caps will go back to the penalty with about 6 minutes left in the period. Caps still have 5 players on here. Okay, so we got McLean and Heffernan out up front, Toole and LaBelle on the back end for the Caps. Toole pins the puck up against the corner there, trying to waste some time. He's just being strong in there, pinning that puck against the boards. It's worked out to the far side, and the Raiders will set up their power play. Goes to the line and shot towards the net, but wide. Heffernan's going to pick up this puck and have a chance to clear it. He's 2-on-2 with McLean. He's going to work it up the near side and around the net. He takes a turn and just works it back nicely to Dylan Toole at the line. Toole's going to fire it on net. That's going to go wide, but McLean's going to be there to pick that puck up. He'll keep it deep. He's stapled into the boards, but the puck comes out in front. Heffernan is hooked there, but no call on that. Nice play by Jack on that attempt by the Raiders. Raiders are going to try and work it again. Dylan Toole's going to be there first, and he's just going to fire that one deep. So we have about a minute left in the power play. Caps go for a change here. We have Morton, Johnson, Binks and O'Donnell. Kept in by Johnson. Raiders tried to work it up through the middle, but that's tossed back in by O'Donnell. And the Raiders will have a chance to break out here with 40 seconds left. Binks keeps them wide. They work it back out in front. Too many! Too many! Oh, the refs must have heard me up here calling that too many men penalty for them, because that was 6 Raiders on the ice on a power play. Doesn't quite seem fair. So we'll go to 4-on-4 for 28 seconds. Face-off will be in the Raiders zone. Dylan Johnson, Hart Johnson, Matthew O'Donnell, and Graham Binks on the back end. 4 minutes and 20 some odd seconds left in the period. Binks to O'Donnell. Oh, that's off O'Donnell's stick. And it can be a chance here for the Raiders. But a nice back check by O'Donnell minimizes that chance. They fire it towards the net. Raiders work it towards the net out front. That's picked up by Hart Johnson. He tries to get it up the ice. That's Ray Durling's going to. Ray Durling was coming out of the box. He's going to go to the bench. So it'll be 5-on-4 here for the Caps for about a minute 15 seconds. So O'Donnell has the puck. He works it way up to Parker Munn. Parker Munn's gonna get it deep, try and set up this power play for the Caps. Puck's in the corner. Dylan Johnson tries to come out with it. He's got it. He's gonna play it back to Ray Durling at the line. He plays it back in to Johnson out in front. Nice passing play there, but couldn't connect. The Raiders are gonna get it iced and down the ice. Binks is gonna go back to retrieve. He's got time to work that puck up. He gets it up to Russell. Russell has Baxter streaking towards the net, but a little bit too far there. Durling pinches to keep that in. Fight for the puck up against the boards. It's in some skates. Russell gets it to Mitchell, who gets it to Binks. Binks has some traffic, and they closed that up pretty quick there. It was a pretty easy save there for the goalie, shot from the point. So we have about 10 seconds left on the power play. I can't really see the clock from here, but about 10 seconds left on the power play for the Caps. Mitchell, Russell, and Baxter out on the power play with Tucker and Durling. Puck work back to Tucker. He works it deep to Baxter. Was allowed to walk out in front. He shot it into the Raiders' chest. So 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the period, and about 5 seconds left on the power play here, I think. Face off one back by Russell to Durling. We're back to even strength. Durling works it over to Tucker. Tucker with a shot. That's stopped by the blocker of the Raiders player. We're back to even strength here, 5-on-5. Raiders work the puck into the middle and towards callback. And then callback gloves that and gets a whistle. A little bit of promotion after the whistle here. The Raiders are going hard to the net, and the Caps aren't too interested in letting him do that. So we'll see what happens as the game progresses. Face off one back by the Raiders. Shot from the point is wide. Comes to the near side and around the net. The Raiders take a tumble in the corner. That shot towards the net, but cut off by LaBelle. He's going to play it up the glass and out. LaBelle picks up the puck. And that's poked away from him. Caps will retreat That's worked in front of the net, but Jack Baxter will pick that up and work it in behind the net and gain some speed here. He gets it up to Russell. Russell in the middle to Mitchell. Mitchell's got some speed. He's got Baxter with him. They stay onside, but knocked away at the line. LaBelle is back to retrieve, and that's taken away by the Raiders, but nice play by Dylan Toole to come over and shut that down. Deflected in behind the net on a shot by Jack LaBelle. Work back to the line by the Raiders, and they give that puck right to Easton Russell. It's going to come down 2-on-2 here with Jack Baxter. He shot it high off the crossbar, I think. Russell works it out to the zone. I'm going to regroup, and I think he's looking for a change. Max Morton's knocked down in the middle. He tried to get it across to Blake McLean, but couldn't connect on that. Raiders work the puck in deep. That's in behind the net. O'Donnell retrieves and gets it up to Morton, but it comes right out in front. Well, the Raiders score with about 30 seconds left in the period. That makes it 4-1. That's off the linesman and onto Blake McLean's stick. Blake plays it to Max Morton. Max Morton to Bryce Heffernan. Bryce curls and works it back into the middle towards Max. He picks up the loose puck back to Ray Derling. There is some traffic there. That's deflected. I think Max Morton had a stick off, a stick on that shot and deflected it high into the mesh. So it'll come face off inside the Raiders zone with 12 seconds left. So McLean in for the face off. McLean to Morton. Morton gets a shot on net. That's played out by the Raiders and played deep by Morton, and that'll do it for the period. So 4-1 Caps going into the second intermission. We'll do a flood and be back in about 15 minutes. All right, start of the third period here. Mitchell into the face-off. Baxter and Russell on the wings. Durling and Tucker on the back end. Backhanded into the zone by Baxter. Baxter and Mitchell on the forecheck. Russell is after the defenseman. They work it through the middle of the ice. And that's knocked back by Tucker and picked up by Mitchell in the middle of the ice. Mitchell's going to circle around and look for Russell, but that's intercepted by the Raiders. Raiders work the puck in behind the net. That's picked up by Mitchell, who gets it to Russell, who gets it through the middle to Baxter. Baxter's going to pump that deep, and they're going to go for a change. Johnson, and Munn come on with Toole and LaBelle. That's worked up to mid-ice by the Raiders. Toole to LaBelle through the middle to Munn. Munn's going to work towards the net. That's knocked off his stick and into the corner. Raiders try and get that puck out, but stopped by Johnson and Johnson. Art Johnson works it into the corner, and Parker Munn's going to try and cut that off. And the Raiders work it around the far side and chip it out and past the D. Dylan Toole's there to that shot in front, knocked away by LaBelle. Hart chips it past the defenseman and into the Raiders zone. Parker Munn is in on the forecheck here to make life difficult. He comes away with the puck and works it to Johnson. Dylan Johnson comes out in front. That's through the trapper of the Raiders goalie. Oh, Parker Munn with a nice pass through the middle to Max Martin, but that was deflected by the Raiders goalie. Raiders come out and put it deep. Matthew O'Donnell's going to go retrieve that puck. O'Donnell gets it to Morton. Morton up the other side to Heffernan, and the Raiders are going to work that puck deep. Binks goes back to retrieve. He turns. He's ties up his man in the corner. Raiders come out with the puck. They work it back into the corner. He goes to tie up his man, a little shove into the corner. O'Donnell is after the puck. He's knocked down and is going to come back around to this side. Morton with a chance to clear, and he gets it out. Raiders go back to retrieve the puck. Heffernan was on his man. And the Raiders work it deep. Binks is back to retrieve on the near side here. Binks pokes it past his guy, and it gets caught up on the boards. Raiders work it around the net and behind the net, and there's a collision there. That shot on net, but Matthew O'Donnell blocks it with his chest, and he gets it up to Bryce Heffernan, who's going to go up the right wing. He had Jack Baxter going towards the net. He's hauled down a little bit there, but no call. Liam Mitchell's going to pick up that puck. He's going to go around the net. Tries to circle it back. He's knocked over by the defenseman, but no call there. Raiders get the puck out and down the ice. They're going to come across the blue line and have a shot on net. That shot wide, low and wide. Nice little shot. Picked up by Durling. Durling's looking for options. He gets it over to Baxter. Baxter works it back to Tucker. Tucker over to Durling. We have a long attempt here, and Baxter's in behind the defense. He chipped it towards the net, and there's a slash call on that breakaway by Jack Baxter. He just nicely backhanded that puck towards the net. It actually went off the post but went outside of the crease. But the Caps will go to a power play here. Mitchell, Baxter, and Russell out with Durling and Binks for this power play. Mitchell in for the face-off. Mitchell wins it to Russell. Baxter to Binks. Binks over to Durling. Durling has a shot on, nice low shot on net, but knocked aside by the goalie. Mitchell's into the corner to fight for that one. It's tied up in some skates. We have Mitchell, Russell, Baxter all out there. Russell tried to get it out front. Derling keeps it in at the line. He pokes it past, but second attempt, Raiders get the puck, and Binks is back to retrieve. He has a man on him. He's trying to settle down this rolling puck. He comes around the net. He's going to skate it up. He gets it in, and that's deflected off the stick and into the netting, out of play for a faceoff. Caps will go for a line change here. They're going for a line change here, so we'll have Johnson, and Munn come out with the forward unit, Tucker and O'Donnell on the back. Harry Johnson's on the puck, chipped up towards the line, kept in by Tucker. He fires it back in deep. Dylan Johnson's going to go hard after that puck to try and keep it up against the boards, and does. He pokes it over to Hart Johnson. Hart's fighting for the puck. He gets it up into the gear of Dylan Johnson. That's blocked by Munn, but the Raiders will get the puck out. Raiders get the puck into the cap zone. Matthew O'Donnell fanned on that pass a little bit, and it comes towards the net. That's poked out by Parker Munn. He's going to be out on a breakaway there. He poked it past the defenseman coming in on a break. Shoots into the chest of the Raiders goalie. Nice save. I think there's about 20 seconds left on the power play for the Caps here. About 9 minutes and 20 seconds left in the period. We'll have McLean, Heffernan, and Morton out with Lavelle and Toole for this offensive zone face-off. That's blocked by Heffernan. It's now in his skates. His man's tripped up, no call. And that comes out to the line to Lavelle. He's going to work it back to Toole to allow them to reset. Toole worked it up the boards and into the zone. Morton in on the forecheck. Raiders work the puck up the boards. Nice pinch by Jack Lavelle to keep it in. And it does eventually come out. Dylan Toole makes a nice move to evade his man. He works it back to Lavelle. Lavelle ices the puck there. He tried to play it off the boards, but it went high off the glass and bounced all the way down for an icing. So we're back to even strength. Mitchell, Baxter, and Russell, Derling, and Tucker out for the defensive zone face-off. Mitchell ties up his man. Puck goes into the corner, picked up by the Raiders. Tucker fighting for the puck back there. Mitchell came out with the puck momentarily. And then it was worked back in deep by the Raiders. Derling up the boards to Tucker, or to Baxter. Baxter fighting for the puck up against the boards. The ref is asking them to move it, but the puck isn't moving, and the puck comes out to the line, but not out. Fired back in by the Raiders. That comes out the far side. Derling plays it up and out of the zone. The Raiders tried to go D-to-D, but it went right to a Caps player. Puck comes out of the zone. Right offside on the Caps, but the Raiders play the puck deep. Derling plays it over to Tucker. That's past him. And poked out. Baxter tried to get that out. And Mitchell knocks over his guy. The Raiders are looking for a penalty there, but I don't think you're going to get that call. Tucker in behind the net, ties up his man. Mitchell gets it up to Baxter. Baxter tries to chip it by his guy. Mitchell gets it out. Russell's in on a one-on-one with his man. He tries to get past his guy, but he's taken down. And there's no call there. Bit of stick swinging there going on. Somehow there's a collision there, and Caps get the penalty called there. And not sure why that decision was made there, but Caps will go back to the penalty kill. We'll have Blake McLean in for the face-off. McLean, Johnson, Toole, and O'Donnell. Tied up in front, comes out to the Raiders, and a nice save by Easton Callback on the blocker there. Caps will set up their penalty kill. Puck comes back to the line. That's deflected. That's sitting in the crease. That's knocked aside by, somehow kept out by the Caps, and the Caps will get that puck ice. Blake McLean's going to keep the pressure on here. Dylan Johnson went for a change, so we'll have McLean and Munn, Toole and O'Donnell out here to kill off this penalty. About a minute and 20 left in the penalty. Toole's going to have a chance to play that up and out. He does to center ice. The Raiders play the puck in, go around the net, looking for options out in front. Played back to the line for a shot. That's deflected towards the net, but Callback got a piece of that and steered it wide. Another one to the point here, shot towards the net. That's blocked by O'Donnell into the corner. .50 seconds left in the penalty. That shot towards the net. A sharp angle shot that goes in. I think it might have gone in off a skate and into the net. So power play goal for the Raiders. That makes it 4-2. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in the period. Mitchell, Baxter, and Russell out on the forward line here. Derling and Tucker on the back end. Played from behind the red line by the Raiders, so that'll go for icing. Face-off won by Mitchell towards the net. It's up the boards. Derling's going to keep it in and fired that off the post. Russell cycles to Mitchell. Mitchell comes around the net, tries to get it out in front, but cut off by the Raiders. They have trouble controlling the puck in the corner. Raiders player's knocked down. Plays it back to Russell. Derling gets it to Russell. Russell had a one-time chance to Mitchell, but couldn't connect there. That played up the boards, kept in by Derling. Derling plays it around the boards and into the corner. Tucker keeps it in. Baxter tried to spin around a one-timer there. Tucker had a bit of trouble controlling that puck, and Mitchell's going to come back and pick up that puck and play it to Derling. Derling comes out behind the net. He was looking long for a pass, but the Raiders closed off that opportunity. Derling plays it up to Baxter, who tried to knife it deep, but it went out of play. So face-off will be on the Caps. Should be on the Raiders side of the ice, but they're going to play it on the Cap side of the ice here. We have Heffernan, McLean, and Morton out with Toole and LaBelle. Toole plays it up to Heffernan. Heffernan plays it to McLean. McLean's going to go up the far side. He's going to go wide on his man in the curl. He's looking for someone to pass to. Gets it to Heffernan. Heffernan's tied up in the corner and knocked over. Puck is on the feet. Nice pass out by Heffernan to find Morton. Let's play back to the line to Toole. Toole's going to have a shot. That's deflected by the Raiders into the corner. Morton picks up the puck. He's working the puck. Finds McLean. McLean shoots it towards the net. Picked up by Heffernan. Heffernan finds Morton. Morton curls around and plays it back to LaBelle. LaBelle's going to have a shot. Nice low shot towards the net. And steered aside by the Raiders. The rebound was sitting there for a second. Raiders get the puck out. Toole plays it up to the Raiders. That was almost too many men on the Raiders. Bryce is working hard on a guy twice his size. He's probably looking for a change. So the Johnson and Munline come out. That's played nicely off by LaBelle too. Munn, he had a nice low shot. Almost beat the goalie. Aints keeps the puck in at the line. He throws it in deep to Hart. And opposing player. One of the fans from the Raiders just got kicked out of the game. I didn't see what happened at the end of the play there, but it's 4-3. Anyways, it's 4-3 for the Caps. Raiders just scored there. It's 30-odd seconds left. Oh, Mitchell in for the face-off. Baxter and Russell on the wings. Russell plays that deep. Liam Mitchell in hard on the forecheck. He picks up the puck. Mitchell gets it out in front to Baxter. Baxter with a high shot. Just went high. That's shoveled deep. Liam Mitchell turns in front of the Caps net. Russell gets the puck out. That's off of Baxter skating deep into the Raiders zone. One, 2 minutes left in the game. Russell pins his men to the boards. Baxter knocks the puck away. Tucker with a chance to clear this puck. He cycles it around to Baxter. Baxter finds Russell in the middle. Russell has Mitchell with him. Baxter's going for a change. Russell tried to get that puck back into the middle. So a partial change here. We've got LaBelle and Toole out on the back end. Morton and McLean with Heffernan as the forward unit. McLean gets it back to Heffernan. Heffernan with a shot on net that's deflected. Kept in the zone by McLean. McLean's got the puck on his stick and he's knocked off him. Played out to the line, but Toole keeps it in. There's 40 some odd seconds left in the period, in the game. That's out to the line and past Bell, but Dylan Toole makes a nice job eliminating that opportunity. Raiders will come back in. They got the puck in the corner. Toole knocks his man down. Mitchell gets the puck. The Raiders have emptied their net. That's knocked out of the zone by Toole. There's about 15 seconds left in the period. The Raiders are going to get one last chance, but Baxter knocks that puck away. He's going to pin the puck in the corner. Puck played out in front. So Caps with the win. It was close at the end there. Raiders emptied their net. That's it for today. Tomorrow, Caps travel up to Edmundston to play the Pioneers, Northwest Pioneers.
Yeah, he looked when he came back home.
Hard to tell sometimes.
Hey, Tanner. You guys want